Okay, maybe let's start our
Pretty much.
presentation.
Yeah, so let's get started. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. Also, I want you to let you guys know that someone is going to win a random, some random lucky person is going to win a lifetime deal to Odus today. I'm going to go through everybody that was on here, and we will. What I'll do is I'll send it through a random generator, and then choose somebody that's going to win a lifetime license through for Odus. So to get started, I want to thank everybody for being here. And if you have questions, go ahead and just put them inside the chat. We'll get to them as soon as possible. Chances are we'll probably answer most of the questions as we go along. But we have some exciting stuff. Obviously for Odus.ai, it's ending tomorrow. So today is the last day. I mean, like, what did we say there was, Jerry? I think it was like 20 hours left. So this is the last day. So if you're thinking about hopping on board, this would be the great webinar. You don't want to miss this. Make sure you ask questions in here. So let me introduce the world famous Odus team. So we've got the founder CEO Alexi with us, and
Yeah, hi.
we have the world famous Anna, who is the product owner of Odus. So Anna has a presentation that she's going to go over some of the workflow, how to better do things. I know there's a lot of questions, a ton of questions, which is great, man. It's so amazing to see you guys building your bots, and we want to make sure that you're doing the absolute, you get the best training possible to get your campaigns up and going. There's so much that you guys can do with AI, with the AI chatbots that Odus has put together. So we're extremely excited. And also, just so if anybody didn't know, Alexi has his birthday tomorrow as well. So we're gonna have to do something exciting for you, Alexi.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
So, oh, I was gonna say, so Anna, do you want to start your presentation?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, I do.
Woohoo!
I do want to start it from the early morning. You hear me all right?
Yeah.
So I also prepared the presentation today. I want to share my screen to you. So this is my screen.
Yeah, it's okay.
And yes, today I want to tell you some statistics about this LTD deal we have now. So then I will proceed to some tips about how we can suggest you to promote your boards you create with others. Also, we want to share some cases we developed for enterprises. These cases were custom cases. And then, since we receive a lot of questions how to structure your dialogue and how to structure the conversation, I want to share some tips how to develop your conversation in a more efficient way. And I also want to show you some kind of inside information. I want to share with you how our Odus assistant is structured, so that probably you could, I hope so, you could better understand how to build your dialogues. So let's start the presentation. I want to remind you again, as Aaron said, today it is the last day for purchase of our LTD deal, and in the last 2 weeks since this deal has begun, we trained 1,121 neural networks since it was in the morning, so maybe now this number is slightly greater. 12,487 answers were predicted with our artificial intelligence score. And the most popular channel our new users used is WhatsApp. 5,080 messages were handled through WhatsApp only. Also, you can see here that our list of top channels is the following. So the first place is taken by WhatsApp. Then the second place is for web widget. The third place is for Facebook Messenger, and the fourth place is for Telegram. So we handled, I want to repeat again, more than 5,000 messages only through WhatsApp. On average, we handle something about 400 messages per minute. So our AI core handles 400 messages per minute. These numbers are really great and we are really impressed. We didn't expect that we can get so huge response from you, and we read all the feedbacks you share, all the comments you share on both PitchGround community and Odus community. We appreciate all of your feedbacks. And we also appreciate if you share your suggestions with us on this address. You can, I want to remind you that on this address you can leave all the features you want to see in Odus. I made this slide yesterday in the evening, so maybe the statistics about votes for these features is not very actual, but the top 5 features is still relevant. I checked it before the webinar. So this is 5 features you want to see and you need the most in Odus, and here you can also see the status we have for these features. So some of them are in developing and others are scheduled. So you see, we try to be in line with your needs and with your desires, and we're very happy that we can, we can understand what you need.
Yeah, and we read each suggestion in our community, in PitchGround group, on our support email, everywhere, in my personal message in Facebook.
Yes,
you guys have been getting a lot of messages.
Yes, and we try to answer all of them. And we try to do this very fast. And actually, I also want to say that now you can see just 2 of us, just me and Alexei in front of you. But actually, as I have said previous time, our team consists of 8 people, and 3 more people handle all of your technical issues all the time, all these days. And just, can you imagine, just 3 people handle everything you try to do. And moreover, they also have time, and they try to manage their time to launch updates. I want also to remind you that we launched really huge updates last week. We expanded the list of languages you want to see, and moreover, I want to deliver the information to you that we're ready to launch 3 dialects of Chinese language in a couple of days, a couple of hours maybe. It will depend on our team. So
that's huge. That's absolutely huge.
That's big. Also want to explain you that to handle Chinese language is not easy, because it's different from, for example, the structure of English or Romanian, all European languages, because its structure, the letters are completely different. Yeah. And we're ready to deliver 3 dialects at once. So be ready to include Chinese customers in your target audience. Also, I think we can proceed. What?
I said surprise.
That's huge. That's absolutely huge, because I remember when someone first asked about it, you said that you didn't think that you could do it at first, and then it was going to be a while, but now look at you guys. Man, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I want to say that actually there is one person behind this who is responsible for all the languages, and actually I think, I'm not sure, let me just see. I think he is online and he's also listening to this webinar. So if you can write thank you to him in our chat. So can you imagine, just one guy from Russia is responsible for all the languages in the world to be added into Odus.
Wow.
So, and to understand this, he should understand the semantic structure of every language, and then to make it possible to add it to the AI core of our platform. So write thank you to him in the chat, please. And you see messages are coming, I think. So I don't see. Okay, I will proceed to the next slide. The next slide is about how we suggest you, just short tips, how we suggest you to promote your sales with the chatbot. Just very quick tips. So the main idea behind this the first 2 points here is that we suggest you to promote one channel, one bot inside one channel. So for example, if you use a Facebook Manager, please promote Facebook Manager inside Facebook. Add Facebook Manager chatbot to your ads in Facebook. If you try to, for example, to move users from WhatsApp channel to Facebook Manager chatbot, it won't work that good. It will slow down the attraction of your customers and their loyalty. So we strongly advise you to promote one bot inside one channel. Then also we can remind you that the landing board can be used to collect cold traffic from context ads instead of questionnaires. We want to say that the landing board allows you more flexibility in questions and answers, and also since you can structure your conversation in the dialog build inside Odus, you can manage the directions the user wants to ask very flexibly, in a very flexible way. Also, we want to say that we know this from our experience and from different cases in internet, that some people use chatbots to sell aggressively. It works not that good when you try to sell something to your customer not understanding his or her question is. Don't try to sell whatever you want when the customer just starts the conversation. It is a conversation, so website widget is a consultant to provide support to serve your customer in the best way and to collect leads. It must not sell aggressively even when the conversation just starts. And the last tip we want to say here that is that if you have a website or landing widget and your customer comes to your website for the first time, after the conversation ends, usually the customer leaves. So we strongly advise you to add a button or a feature to move your customer from just an accident visit of your website or your landing board to your subscriber. We suggest you to add a button in your widget in the end of a conversation that could move your customer to a specified widget, for example, to WhatsApp widget to subscribe for your broadcast. That will allow you to attract more loyal customers or more loyal subscribers who could be customers in the future. So then I want to move to cases we had from our customers. These cases are custom. So they were developed based on requests from our customers, and these customers are really huge enterprises. I just want to discuss them briefly and to explain you what we did there. So the first case is about the sales promo of a new car model. So our goal was to increase the number of test drives. All companies I will talk about were from Moscow, Russia. So the solution here was, for this campaign, was a Telegram bot, and actually this work was done with together with the customers. So we developed and provided the best technical support the platform, and the dialog was developed together with one marketing agency that supported the client. We also provided the CRM integration and the form to appoint a test drive, and in the end we got the result that in 2 weeks we attracted more than 1,400 users and more than 250 requests for a test drive. These numbers, I should say, are really huge. They are massive. The second example I want to state to you is that we have also the experience with the banking industry that is known with a variety of banking products. That's not easy to structure all of the requests users have there. And the idea there was that the bank needs to automate most frequent requests so that they could decrease the amount of lead agents that supported clients. Here we developed two boards for WhatsApp, one for WhatsApp and one for Telegram. Again, step-by-step dialogues were created to provide information about bank, to fill in requests about products, to help clients pay their loans, or to learn standard information about their accounts. And here again, since we knew the personal key, the personal ID of a client, we could also provide a form that allowed clients to be authorized with their personal ID, And we also integrated with the CRM of a client, of our client, I mean, the bank. And we allowed them to collect data from their clients through a form and to send this form to their CRM. Moreover, we provided them direct API integration with their databases. So results, unfortunately, could not be open to you since they are under NDA, but this work was really huge and the results were really great, because I can assure you that we continue cooperating with them and plans to cooperate with them are really long term. The third case I want to share here is, again, it was kind of similar with the previous one, because it was about decreasing the amount of work for sales managers to switch them from answering most frequent requests to personal sales. And this case was made for one construction agent who built a house and wanted and planned to start sales. So here we also created two chatbots, one for the Russian social network that is similar to Facebook. It's called Vkontakte. And the second agent was developed for Telegram. Again, we provided the technical support for the step-by-step dialogue to interact with the client in a standard way and to answer their requests. Moreover, we integrated a sales scenario that showed the promo video to clients, collected clients' contacts, and then allowed to book an appointment. That's a really important note here about appointments, because we received a lot of questions. If it is possible to book an appointment with others, it is possible. Now it can be done mainly through Zapier, but we consider the plan to integrate this feature directly into the platform. So, and now I want to move to results of this case. And I want to say that here you can see some numbers that the load of sales managers decreased by 60%, and since they could switch their efforts from supporting clients in their standard requests to sales increased by 40%. So moreover, we allowed the client to collect all clients' requests from different sources to their social media with the use of these chatbots. And now I want to remind you how our platform works, and I want to proceed to standard rules that will allow you to create dialogues in a more efficient way. So I want to remind you that.
Hey guys, sorry. Hey guys, this is, I think this is really important, because I think this is where a lot of questions are coming into play as far as where people are kind of stuck at a little bit. So super, super important.
Yes, we actually receive a lot of questions about, certain mistakes or certain problems in your dialogues and your conversations. Unfortunately, we cannot answer you because we don't know what you're doing in the builder. You should understand that when you structure the dialogue in the builder, you actually project your personal interaction with your client. And your idea here is that you should understand your client's behavior to do this. And you should understand how clients talks with you, what he or she wants, and you should project also the line you want your client to talk to you. So what I say is you can direct your client through what you want to sell him or through his needs. So that's why each dialogue should have a storyline and should consider all combinations you want the client to choose from. And so the idea of our platform, I want to remind you, is that we allow you to create a chatbot, not knowing programming or something, in a very intuitive and easy way. That means that when you open your personal account in Odus, you can see the menu that allows you to create your scripts visually. This is the first point on this slide. Then on this, as the second point, you can add necessary features from our catalog. Actually, these features are to come, and now we have just one element there. and we assume to expand this option in a very huge way. We have a lot of plans for this. And then the third step here is that when you launch the bot, the more talks to your clients, the better he understands the clients, and the better he can analyze the data from the clients, then the better he can talk. So now I want to move to certain rules, how to create intents, tags, and conversations with your client. Let's start with intents. I want to remind...
Can I add some tips?
Of course.
And guys, on Monday we will launch 5-minute workshops about our functions. This video will be released every day. Do you hear me?
That's awesome. So yeah, so that's amazing. So the more tutorials everybody that they can offer for us, fantastic. So, and they'll be short ones.
Short 5-minute workshops every day. Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that. I know that will help out a lot of people as well, just to get started.
So I want to remind you that we have 3 kinds of blocks in our Dialog Builder, and Dialog Builder is actually the place where you can structure the conversation with your client in a very visual way. And I strongly remind you, before you start doing it there, just write down what you want to do there on a list of paper, so that you can you can structure your thoughts and you can understand what you want to do in the Dialog Builder on the platform visually. Because if you start playing with a Dialog Builder instantly, you can just lose your way. That's why we strongly advise to put your thoughts on the paper first, and then to proceed to the Dialog Builder just to create the conversation in a very consequent way. And I want to say here again that we have 3 kinds of blocks there. The first one is intent. Intent is what the user, your client, says to the bot. Answer is what the bot replies to your client. And the third kind of block is the form. The form is for collecting information about your client to complete the order. So let's start with intents. Intents, actually the main idea of our AI core is that when you structure the dialogue, you should define very exactly and very precisely in a very unique way where each phrase belongs to, so that the artificial intelligence had no double meanings, So this means that, for example, the first thing here is that each intent must contain at least 5 examples of the same meanings. So, for example, if you ask how are you, a user can do this in different way. For example, the user can ask directly, how are you? Also, the user can ask, how do you feel? How are you doing today? Your goal here is to create at least 5 examples to start with. Actually, we will have the feature inside built-in Odus that will not allow you to fill in less than 5 examples. So that when you fill in 5 examples here, this will allow our AI core to understand your bot better and to learn better. Moreover, I also want to stress again that each phrase must have a unique place in the conversation and unique meaning. This means that possible questions with in intents with different names must be different. You cannot assign one question to intents with the different names. So, for example, here on my slide, you can see the example when we have 2 intents. One is how are you, and the second one is who you are. And you see that possible questions assigned to these intents include the same question, how are you? This is wrong. The AI core won't understand you. If you type like this, the AI core will be lost, and the bot could not understand what to do. Don't do like this. Assign one question, just one intent.
Yeah, and in one intent you can you can't write, for example, yes and no questions. Only yes, yep, yeah, okay, let's go. But no, no, it's different intent.
Yes, it means that one intent cannot contain questions with contradictive meanings.
Yeah.
So if you mean something, you mean directly this. You don't mean something that is the opposite. If you will assign their answer yes, no to the same intent, the AI core will be lost again because these two words have completely different meanings. So it works exactly in our speech, in our normal speech. If I say yes to a person, this means that I say yes, it doesn't mean no. You should understand that when you structure the dialogue with the chatbot, you structure the normal speech. And the rules that work there are exactly the same that work when we talk. So, and I want to proceed to text. We have received a lot of questions how to use text, and I want to say here that texts are assigned to give the AI core the unique correspondence between request of a user and the context, so that when we assign a tag, it is to deliver the answer to the client that satisfies the meaning in the best way. So as it is written here, and we will share this presentation so that you can read it, I don't know, where at home at work, to understand these things better. Texts collect all possible variations of different meanings to lead our artificial intelligence through the context and to finish the dialogue, to complete the dialogue with the client. We stated some examples here. So, for example, if you sell something, text can be assigned to features of your good. They could be assigned to different categories of your good, of your product. For example, if our chatbot is about booking a restaurant, you can assign text to a category of a restaurant, to cuisine the restaurant has, to number of guests, to time. So you assign text to features of your product. You don't assign text to words like how are you, or I don't know, to small talks, because it makes no sense. You can use these words in tense. I will show you the example. For example, you can see the screenshot here. If you do like this, if you write an intent with the name greeting or how are you.
Very often your mistakes, guys.
You can assign text to greeting or to how are you questions. Exactly, yes, you can divide these two meanings into these two groups, but it makes no sense for developing the conversation because anyway, you will write the response to these intents in a certain way, and these intents are just about small talks, they're not about their support of a client. I mean, the meaning of the support of the client. So the right way here is to divide these two kind of intents into different intents. So you will have intent greeting, you will have an intent how are you, and you see no text here. But if I will go back to this side, if you, for example, if your chatbot is about the booking a restaurant, you will assign text to different features of a restaurant. In general, we wrote a slide how to use text so that it could help you. So to check if it is a tag, ask yourself questions about your data. For example, these questions are stated here. We will share the presentation, I remind you. So if you answered yes to one of questions above, it means that you are about to set a tag to one feature of your product, and then you can really specify a tag. And then you also can develop an answer dependent on the tag. Yes, and now I want us to proceed to creating the dialogue. The main idea here again is, as Alexei said, you must have no contradictions in your dialogues. One unique intent must be in one place in the dialogue and cannot lead to two different answers or forms. I have two examples here. So, for example, we have two intents with the same title that lead to different answers. This is wrong. the AI core will be lost. Even I will be lost here, you know. If somebody comes to me and says hi, and I know that the way of my behavior has two models with different answers, I don't know what to choose. That's exactly how the artificial intelligence works. Or the example on the right here is that you see we have two intents here again, how are you and how are you, with two contradictory answers. This is wrong. You cannot do like this. The AI core will be lost again. And this is the right way how to do this. So no contradictions, one intent, one certain answer. Some more examples here is about the logic of your story. Your story must be logical and must have the storyline, the plot, as I have already said. So, for example, I have some examples here with a very, very interesting
Can I ask you a
meanings.
question? Sorry, Anna, can I ask a question? So I think that's where a lot of people are getting at. So they don't have to be connected then. Like every box does not have to be connected, correct? Because you're saying yes here.
That's what I want to say. Actually, you can develop different stories for your dialogue. For example, in general, this picture is right. So your conversation can have this kind of story. So the user comes to you, says hi, then the bot replies hi, and then dependent on the answer of the user, you will have two lines of conversations. If the user asks, how are you, the chatbot will reply, fine, and if the user asks who you are, the chatbot will reply, I am. This can take place. But what we mean here is that the user can generally type any message from all these three to begin the conversation with a chatbot. So the idea here is that to begin this particular dialogue, the user must type hi. Only hi is the entrance point for the dialogue here. And if the user, for example, types how are you as the first message, he will receive the answer that chatbot doesn't understand him because there is no line like this in the dialogue. So to avoid this thing in your dialogue, you should separate this dialogue into three different dialogues with three key intents. When you have three key intents, this means that the user can start the conversation with every request that is assumed here, and then he will receive the certain answer depending on the request. So the user can start the dialogue either from this key intent, either from this one, either from this one, and the chatbot can decide then what to do.
Yeah, it's three entry points into your dialogue, into your story.
So each key intent is the entrance point of their story. This is what I want to say. And for example,
that makes sense.
Yes, this is actually the structure of the dialogue I explained on the previous slide. So this is how it can look like in your dialogue builder. You can have a scenario like this when the user starts a conversation with a greeting like hi, then he proceeds to two messages from the chatbot, and then dependent on on his reply, he will get two answers. Or he can also start the conversation with a question, who you are, and then he will get just one answer and the conversation will be ended. Or he can also ask, how are you? And then he will get again just one answer and the conversation will be ended. That's what I mean. And if you draw all these three structures, three scenarios in your dialogue builder, then you will have more lines of interactions with the user. Your chatbot is more prepared. That's all about this here.
Makes sense. Hey, and if anybody has any questions, make sure to ask in the questions, and we'll get to them as soon as Anna gets through the presentation here. So any questions, go ahead and type in there, and let us know if you're still kind of struggling with that, so we can explain it a little bit more in detail for you.
Yeah, everyone, careful listening to us.
And I want to state an example here from our Odus assistant. So example is the small talks. It's about small talks. So usually when the user starts the dialogue with the chatbot, as we see from the history of our Odus assistant, conversations can look like this. I just made 2 screenshots like, hi, good day, how are you, doing great things. So actually, I want to show you how we structure these dialogues, these small dialogues in our builder. So do you see my screen?
Sorry.
You see my screen now? No, yes?
It's stuck on my end from what I'm seeing. It's like a wavy page.
No?
No. Oh,
Yes, because I need to
yeah.
share a different
There we go.
window, yes.
Yes.
So like this, you see now. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Loading.
Actually, what's going on? I just had... Sorry, just wait a second. I'll figure out what's going on because...
Reload with shift button, maybe.
Bear with our technical difficulties, everybody.
Yes, I think yes.
Or maybe
Soma
it's
said
the
it looked
internet.
wavy. Yeah, I agree, Soma. It did look wavy for the image. We'll get it.
Oh. Just a second. Oops.
Just figuring out what's going on. Because actually, just a second ago, I had this window open. Yeah, and now it's just disappeared. I don't know what's going on.
How many key intents can we make?
In general, in one page of the dialog builder, as many as you want. But we advise now, I think it's not possible. This feature is not released. We as developers see it, but it's not open for users. We strongly advise, to structure different logical scenarios of your conversation into different parts of the menu. We will add this feature in the future. I think it's not added now. It's not open now. Yes, Alexei? No, he's figuring out. So actually we...
Yes, sorry.
Yes, I was talking that we have... Are you figuring out what's going on?
I don't know.
Are you unable to share your screen, Anna?
1 second.
No, I can share my screen, but I don't know what's going on because my window with the assistant just closed. We cannot understand why. So let me just, maybe I will proceed with what I want to say and then we'll be back to our assistant, okay?
Is it stuck? Not loading or something?
Yeah, I don't understand why.
I just give it.
Let me just proceed with my presentation as for now because I have some more things to say about the structure of the dialogue, okay? Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I share my presentation again while Alexei is figuring out what's going on. Actually, I want to say that when you structure your small dialogue, small talks, they will look like this, like these small dialogues here. So we'll have a lot of small dialogues that will consist of 2 or maybe 3 maximum blocks, like not 3, 4. So like the entrance point with the question of the user and the answer of the chatbot. So we'll just, sorry, you'll just have a dialogue builder with many short dialogues that look like this. And I also want to say that I want to be back to this idea that you should project stories of your conversations with the user so that you can analyze the outcome of the dialogue. So, for example, if your user can buy a product or cannot buy a product, and in this case, you may not want to know reasons when the outcome is of this nature. You want to know why your user bought a product and why he or she filled in the form, Or you can also want to know why the user rejected your offer. Think about this because you can ask questions. You can ask your user questions about his or her decision and structure the dialogue so that you can use data about your customers. We are not, right now, since we're developing the platform and our primary goal is to deliver you the better SaaS product we can, we are not able to share our efforts to deliver like business consultancy, business consulting, to look through all your dialogues and to understand what's going on there and why your chatbots don't work. We're trying our best to answer all your questions, and we're trying to explain you how it works. And we plan to do maybe these videos in the future after we explain all the features of the platform, because the platform has a lot of features. But
Yeah,
right now we want...
Sorry, I just wanted to say they're doing their best, guys. I mean, they literally onboarded just hundreds of PitchGrounders at one time. So that's a massive amount of support they took it on. So if you do send in a request or anything or ask a question, just have a little bit of patience. And I know the team has been amazing at responding to everybody and trying to get everybody help as soon as possible. So I just want to interject that.
And I want to say again about that each story must have an ending. So when you project the conversation with your customer, you should think that this conversation with your customer is actually has pretty much the same structure as your conversation with a friend. When you talk to a friend, your conversation has the beginning and the end. The same you should do when you write your dialogue in the dialogue builder on the platform. If you write the dialogue like this, you see there is no end here. It's a loop. The AI core will be lost. It will, it will lead the user through all these blocks again and again and again, so that there will be no end of conversation and you will get nothing. But if you have a look on the right here, you will see that this conversation has a clear end. Just one block. So whatever the direction you will go, you will come to this. And this is right. Think about this, and please check every single time when you develop a dialogue that your story has the end. And the last slide I want to stress here is about training a bot. Actually, we received a lot of questions when to train a bot. And the idea actually behind this is very, very simple, very simple. So I hope that this one sentence will help you to train your bot in the most efficient way. If you change scenarios of conversations or informations in the blocks inside it, then train a bot. In general, you can collect some changes. So if you do, for example, 2 changes in 2 different blocks, you can push the train button after you completed all the changes. This is probably the efficient way to do this. But the idea here is that if you change something inside your structure in the dialog builder, don't forget to push the train a bot function in the end. That's it. That's our tips we wanted to share now. And just let me stop sharing the screen and check if we can share with you our Odus assistant. So Alexei, tell me.
Yes,
I can do this.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. No. Yes, I can. So you see, we used the time in the efficient way. I completed my presentation, and now I'm ready to share our assistant. So I'm sharing my screen again. You see, we are inside our Odus assistant. You can work with on our website. I will go to the builder in small talks, and you see, we have a lot of options for small talks here. So it's really, really, you see, really huge panel of talks. And you should also notice that each dialogue here is very short, like 2 blocks only. And each dialogue begins with a key intent, has the title, and has a very clear answer. For example, let me show you, for example, this dialogue. So for example, if user types something from this list, like you are so brainy, you are really brainy, you know a lot, that is a compliment to our bot, then he will receive this answer. Oh, sorry, just type the wrong button. Or for example, we receive a lot of
So I already
requests
know.
from you like this.
I already know what I did wrong though on my bot now. Thank you. I was trying to do. I was trying to connect like every box and everything.
Yes,
So
yes.
I messed up.
Yeah, great.
Actually, this request, who are you, or tell me about you, these two requests or something about this are among the most popular requests we received from you now when you play with our chatbot on the website. And actually, we also have an answer for this. The bot introduces itself. I'm a conversational app. So you can structure your small dialogues with your client here in your dialog builder like this, and you can see the structure is here for our bot. And I also want to proceed with our main structure of the dialog. So I will show you again the general structure. You see, this is it's our bot, and this is how it is structured. You see, you can also see a lot of small talks, but they are not about, like about introduction of Odus, about how are you, how you are, about nothing. These talks are about features and menu the Odus has. That's why they're here. We also have one really huge dialog here that is a very consequent structure, you see, like one huge, the second one here, the third one here, and some more here. And I also want to show you that you will have this feature to separate different dialogues with different meanings in different parts of your menu, so that you could structure your conversations and your dialogues in a more transparent way. I want to go through one dialogue we have here. So I want to show you this dialogue about use cases, because we have a lot of options here, and we also received about a lot of questions about questions with options, how to use them. So for example, if we receive the request from a user about their user the bot, and actually these requests are also among the most popular one we receive from you. So we have, you see, we have more than 5 questions for one intent here, more than 5 examples for the intent here. So actually this one, why do I need a bot, or like how to use a bot correctly, how to use a bot, these examples are among the most popular one we receive. So if the chatbot received this question, he will deliver the answer, like 2 answers. Yes, he says yes, you can use all these chatbots for any purpose. And then he suggests 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Is it really a he? Is it really a he? Is it really a he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a she?
Oh, I don't know. It's it.
Can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
But actually it's one more tip, we didn't share it now, but when you develop the story of conversation with your client, you can decide what gender you want to use, because actually your chatbot must have a very certain personality.
That's true.
It even can have a name. And we also did customer development, and we collected a lot of opinions that some chatbots have name and introduce themselves like, like Mary or Kevin or whatever you want. You can also assign different features of your character, different skills to your chatbot. It can be, it can have different signs of zodiac, whatever. So here we have 5 options.
I'm just picturing somebody saying, "Hey, what's your sign?" to the bot.
Here we have 5 options in the answer. So, and we assume that the user can choose, any answer from this list: HR, marketing, customer service, e-commerce, or financial services. We also know, and I will show you, that in general, many users like to check the bot, how the bot understands them. We see this also from you in our history, that you try to cheat on bot, to play with him, stating questions in very unusual ways or something. That's why when we develop actually you can see that this answer has 5 different lines of conversations that correspond to a number of options the question here suggests. So, and we understand that you can play with the bot. That's why, for example, when we talk about financial services, we again write more than 5 possible questions here. So we understand that the user can type financial services or also economics, economy. I want to know about financial services, to don't know about finance, money, about financial services again, whatever. So we type more than 5 possible questions that are close to the meaning financial services here. And then we proceed the user to the answer here. Actually, when you add, I want to say that these 4 windows with text here mean that the chatbot delivers the answer in 4 separate messages consequently. So you can use actually these windows for this, so that not to write just one long message for your client, but to add 4 different messages consequently. So while the user, your client, is reading the first answer, you will deliver the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one. So actually here our chatbot suggests 5 different lines of answers for each variant. You see it here. So the structure is rather easy. I can also show you this dialog. You see, this dialog is about white label. Of course, we also receive a lot of questions about this. And what I want to stress here is that this dialog has 3 entry points with 3 intents. That's what I told you in the presentation. Your dialog with the client can start with any question he wants to ask. And to do this, to allow the more flexibility to your conversation and to your dialogue, you can develop different key intents as entry points to your dialogue, to your conversation. But you have just two ends in the 2 ending points in your dialogue. So the ending is here. If the user is interested in our white label, we lead him to the form that it must be completed. You see, we're asking about full name, email, phone, description. And or we can lead him to the final message that will finish the conversation with the client if he is not interested in our white label, and type something like this, responding to their answer: do you want to fill in the form about white label or not? If he types not, we will say, okay, we don't insist, but you will regret, of course. So here, by the way, I want to remind you that today is the last day to buy 5 codes and to start being our partner and to get white label. So then what else here? I think these 2 dialogues were the most interesting cases from our chatbot, and actually it's pretty much the same I wanted to share with you today, I think. So that's what I wanted to say now.
Cool. And you guys...
Yeah,
I stopped.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. No. Okay. I'm finished.
That was it? All right. So you guys can see, and that didn't just start with all those questions. So you guys actually had taken in the questions, and figure out the most questions that were coming in, and then retrain your bot, right? So, So you guys took in the history, the chat of the history, and saw what people were asking, and then you made answers for that as well, right? Not,
Okay. Thank you,
the
guys. Yeah.
the answers that were coming in that you guys were getting in the chat bot, you were taking that, then helping to build the bot with those answers, right, from the visitors?
I don't get, do you ask us or not?
Yeah.
Of course, the connection is just like...
Sorry.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You ask us, right?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yes, yes, you ask
So
us.
the visitors that are coming
Yes,
on the website.
yes. I personally...
Go ahead.
Actually, yesterday in the evening, because I just, yesterday in the evening, we looked through all the history with Alexei, and we also added some possible questions to our intents. And moreover, we also checked some wrong answers, and we changed we assigned some answers you wrote to us, some requests you wrote to us to different intents, and then we trained the bot. Yeah, so we also do this.
Sure. Every day. We're trying.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of questions that you guys have had that have come in from everybody.
And actually, I want to say again, I'm just looking through some comments while I was explaining all this. And I want to say that when we receive, continue receiving some feedbacks from you, and we are very, very happy when you like the platform. And actually we post your feedbacks with thanks, different thankful messages to our chatbot to inspire our software team. And we also appreciate very much when you start helping each other in our community, because actually, many questions in our community are pretty much the same. And when we see that we are tagged in some posts and we are ready to answer them, when we open this post to answer them and we see that some of our users have already answered them, we are really impressed, and we feel really honored that you that you spend your time, not waste, that you spend your time with our platform, and moreover, you start understanding things in a so good way and manner as we do, and we are the developers on this platform. We really appreciate this, and we really appreciate your feedback. Thank you very much that you spend your time with our chatbots and playing with a builder, everything. And also that you post about our bugs or or some features you find out, because that's really, really interesting and valuable for us.
And Jerry had a great idea. If anybody has a question like on their chatbot flow, he was suggesting, hey, what if I create a video? And that's a fantastic idea, because if you can create a video and let's say upload it to the community, not only will you able to get an answer faster because everybody can see what's going on, happening with your bot flow, but it will help others as well. So plus it's just an easier way to get an answer because you can see what's going on right away. And remember, guys, today, again, if you just joined us, today is the last day. Today is the last day to get the Odus, the famous Odus.ai agency. If you're thought about getting the agency, make sure you get on board with that. If you have any questions about that, let us know. We're going to go through the questions here. And for anybody that's joining us, we are giving away a free lifetime account for Odus.ai for everybody that hangs out on here till the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to take everybody's name. I'm going to run them through a random generator, and so it's fair for everybody, and then we're going to choose the name that way. So a bot, basically almost a bot, will choose for the free bot. So let's see here. So Jerry, we answered that. Jerry, I know that earlier you had a questions, and you're saying that, let's see, that's going to hold you back from stacking 5 codes. You still had questions. Hopefully get an extension for the LTD. Did we answer those questions for you? Let's see, you're just going down here. Will this record share in the group? I'm going to try my best to get it into the group for recording for this, guys, but I can't promise with everything going on. We've got everything is ending today. We've got Salesly ending today. We have Odus ending today. You know, so we're doing as much as fast as we possibly can. How many hours left at the LTD? We answered that. About 20. Going down here.
We have a question about API. Alexei, please answer when API is available.
I think public API is available maybe in May, maybe.
In May?
Or in at the end of April.
So spring, basically.
Yeah.
Actually, right now, I don't see any other questions that are not answered. So maybe...
I'm trying to scroll through here. So Lilia says...
Yes,
now API available only for enterprise clients.
Good. Will you plan to add some Amazon seller-orientated features, ready-to-go templates, and so on? It would be huge. Thanks. So they are going to add some... They are going to add some e-commerce. E-commerce is actually coming for the bot, and that's about spring too, if I remember right? For the e-commerce bot.
Yeah.
Spring?
In a few months.
Sorry, what?
For
We're talking about about the template for e-commerce, when it's coming.
Oh, I don't know right now.
Probably. I mean,
we had several. We will add several templates in April, and maybe e-commerce template too. I don't know right now, really.
They're going to get them out as soon as possible, guys. It's just they've taken on a lot of new people. There's been a lot of new features they've pushed forward for everybody, like the landing page, for example. There were certain things that everybody wanted uploaded more. So
yeah.
So reality-wise, was what they had planned originally has been pushed. Some things have been pushed up and some things have been pushed down due to the response that they've gotten from the entire community. But they're trying their best to get them out there. And these guys are fast. I mean, I'm not going to kid you. These guys are fast. Look, they just got you guys just added Chinese. So that'll be done.
Yeah. First we'll add simple templates and then other.
Very cool. Krill just got 5 codes. Can I get a hell yeah? Well, yeah, hell yeah. Congrats, Krill. Let's see. Every intent must have at least 5. Every intent must have at least 5. Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't.
Yeah. Every intent.
Every intent must have 5. I mean, as many as possible if it would be best, right?
Yeah, 5 and more.
Okay. We're gonna get the presentation. So we actually no, we will. Well, they're going to put it in the Odus group if it's not already there. We'll put a link as well, and we did share it on SlideShare as well in the PitchGround group. There's a post there. Uda did the other day.
Yeah, and from Monday, guys, we will launch 5-minute workshop for each function.
Yeah, so nice short videos for everybody, so you don't have to sit through an hour-long presentation or anything like that. So yeah, there'll be a lot of tutorials for you guys to choose from, and it'll be easily accessible for everybody. And anybody that jumps on the agency, there is a 20-hour. They're actually doing 20 hours video training for all the agency hours as well. So, and that's going to be inside the dashboard, if I'm not mistaken, for the agency.
Yeah, sure.
Because I thought I saw that on the white label screenshot you guys are taking for the dashboard. How to create a key intent with a bot. Jerry, if we didn't answer that for you, yeah, if we didn't answer that, let us know. If you're still confused on that or still having problems with that, let us know. Because we just went over a lot with their. You
have only one button in Dialog Builder. Create new key intent. Jerry asked, can we have mixed language? if you tell about one bot, you cannot mix language.
Mix, like the mixed. I thought it's like the short name of some language.
Like bilingual?
Okay.
Bilingual, no.
So it's got to be one or the others, guys. So you would have, the way to get around that would just have like an English site, a Chinese site, like a Russian site, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have that bot specific for that site. That'd be the best way I would do it. How many key intents can we make? Unlimited, as far as I know, right?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Can we connect two main starting independent interns chain at a bottom to some conclusions together? Can we connect two okay, so you want to start two entry points, chain at the bottom to some conclusions together.
Can you repeat the question?
So
where do you read it, by the way?
It's at 839.
Indonesian language is available now. Diana asked. Sorry.
Here. Oh no, I'm gonna put it in the Skype for you.
I see. Can you connect two main starting independent intents?
What is intents? Intents.
Intents, yeah. Chain at the bottom to some.
Yes.
Why not?
Then in this, it's exactly as I showed you, like you will have two independent starting points in your conversation that will be linked to some conclusions together. That's just like the same. Let me show you. Let me share the screen again, I think. Just a second. Like this. Just a second. I will show you. Like this. Mm-hmm. It's like the dialogue from our Odus assistant about white label. You see, we have three independent key intents here that are linked together through some dialogue, and they lead your client to two ends, to two conclusions. If the conclusion is positive and the client wants to receive the details about the white label, it's the form, and if the client is not interested, it's just like their certain answer. You can do the same, actually. And you see, we have three entrance points here.
Very cool. So let us know if that answered your question for you. Let's see here. Get back on track here.
Yeah, Tim asked, can the bot detect the foreign language and say, I'm sorry, I don't understand your language? No, bot can't detect the foreign language, of course. It's detect this unexpected message.
Yeah, it would just be best just to have a different site, I think, for your traffic. You know, if you're driving, you know, country-specific traffic, you just have a site specific for that anyways.
Sure.
You could do a lot more with that anyways, because you can create, you know, if your site is language specific, it's going to come out a lot better. It will convert better anyways in the long run. If your business is attuned to, you know, other languages. Let's see. It's so amazing to train. It's like neuroscience training. It is kind of, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Is this better than ManyChat? We love it. Absolutely. Well, ManyChat's a great system, guys, and it's awesome. Of course, it's very mature product, no question about it. It's been out there forever, and it's a mainstay, but it's really more focused for Facebook. So Odus is an omni-channel marketing bot, we like to call it, simply because it's got so many different, you know, channels that you can use it for. So you've got Facebook, of course, but you've got the WhatsApp. So basically, what you can do in ManyChat, you can also do with Odus, but you can do that on other platforms as well. Think of it that way.
Yeah, and we focused on conversational bots, not button bots like ManyChat. It's very different tool. Really, it's very different tool.
You could still use ManyChat and still use Odus at the same time. Essentially,
Yeah.
It's just, they're different solutions. I mean, you've got ManyChat's awesome. I mean, we run a lot of campaigns with them, but it's again just like Lexi just said, it's essentially yes no scenarios where.
Yeah, I know Mikhail personally, and when we told about our platforms, he said we are not competitors. Really, it's real.
Let's see. Sorry, missed the call. The conversation's got a call. Hope later Odus team can share the presentation file with the community like the previous one. Yeah, and it's actually that is the same presentation too, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
The last time.
What? Same presentation?
Is this the same presentation, the slides, as previous? Or is
No. Actually, some slides are the same because last time I didn't have the time to explain everything, and some slides are new.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, great question. We'll get that out for the communities. Absolutely. Is the site down? Cannot access now. Which site? Are you talking about Odus.ai? Let us know, Jerry. So it's talking about the site being down. Should be up. I've actually got it open on a screen right now. My bot is not ready to train. It's getting bored in training. Well, that's because you gotta keep adding more info to it. And
you have a lot of work.
Let's see. Many times bot on Odus says bye. Yeah, absolutely. It's just training, guys. I mean, they just added that bot like a few days ago just to show everybody so you can get an example of what it is. But every day they've gone back, they've taken the responses that they've got from visitors, and they're creating scenarios for those and creating a better bot. So just imagine you do that over X amount of time, 30 days, 60 days, a year, 2 years. You've got an amazing AI bot that's going to respond to so many different situations. And remember, all the history is kept, which is really cool, is you don't have to remember all this stuff or add it to an Excel file. They have a whole history dashboard where you can go in, you see every single response you've gotten, and you can train from there. So you've got everything right there to do that with.
Yeah, and please don't order a pizza through our bot. It's not a pizza bot, please, guys.
Yeah, the pizza bot is somewhere else. If people want the pizza bot link, let us know. We're actually going to go live. Udit's planning to go live and build a complete pizza bot in front of everybody. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So you can tell them which type of pizzas that you want for the options there.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this one was, someone had asked, have you created tags for this small blocks? Unfortunately, we've already passed the screenshot of that, so I'm not sure which blocks. Hey guys, is there a way to get practical examples of how to use it for an e-commerce website, please? Thanks. So e-commerce templates are coming. They're expecting maybe April, maybe May. They're trying their best to get them out there as soon as possible. So that would be for e-commerce. If you're looking for, it'd be more for like support and like sales types questions right this second. But the e-commerce, so I guess it just really depends on what you're looking for right this second. You can set it up for sales and support, but the e-commerce is on its way, for sure.
Yeah.
OMG. I didn't know I can create such massive complete dialogues and train for weeks. Oh, you can train for years. Absolutely. I mean, there's no limit to the training. In fact, if anything, you want to make sure you want to keep training. Think of Siri, or Google Assistant, on your phones. This is all they've done is essentially just taken a whole bunch of data. I mean, just massive amount, of course, but over years amount of this compiled amount of data, and they just put it into their system. there's really no different. It's just we're doing it obviously on your website scale compared to their massive amount of data. But because you're seeing all the responses from your specific visitors, that's important to, you know, your specific website. And your AI assistant becomes the perfect website assistant, or, you know, WhatsApp assistant, or, you know, however you set up your campaigns in your AI assistant. Let's see. But I believe once all done, it will be very smart bot. Yeah, and I got to tell you, it's really, I would never say, it's just like us. You never stop learning. So it's the same thing with the bot. You're going to get strange questions sometimes from website visitors, or WhatsApp, or on Facebook. So as you get those in, you can create scenarios for those inside your bot. So it's really a never-ending process. You know, it's really up to you how, you know, how smart you want your AI assistant to be. I hope pre-made templates will come with such massive dialogues. I don't know how massive could really get, because it's going to be really dependent on, I don't know, you guys should probably answer that. How massive do you think the templates would be?
How massive?
I don't think it would be too massive, guys, just simply because everybody's completely different. So all they can really do is just kind of make a generic templates really for those specific types of industry.
Yeah, only general scripts, for sure.
But there's, you know, there's places to get data that people use for AI and stuff all over the internet. Well, I shouldn't say all over, but there's a few places that you can get, like I'd have to find them. I've seen them before, where like forums and stuff, where people have certain like responses types of things for like certain niches.
Yeah.
Since it may have so many possibilities, will it have a search or category function to make it more tidy and systematic? Will it have a search? I don't think it'll have well, it kind of, I mean, the way they've got their, and tell me if I'm wrong, Alexi, but the way that they have their e-commerce planned out is you can actually upload, essentially, basically upload your catalog of all your products. And for the e-commerce, you can actually help them, you know, find, like, let's say the laptop, then it can narrow it down to the specific type of laptop. You could narrow it down to the color of the laptop. And here's where the tags and everything comes into play. And I know that's a very short version of it, but maybe you could explain that a little bit better, Alexi.
It depends. Of integration with e-commerce engines like Shopify, WooCommerce.
So, yeah, you know, and it really depends, and it's going to depend on your industry. So, and in here, Jerry, you didn't even say e-commerce, so I was just taking a guess as that.
It's now a plan. Yeah.
And let's see. Agree, we need templates. Yeah, templates are definitely on the way. Can't wait to start. Can't wait to start making my dialogues. Yeah, we can't wait either. We want to see some amazing bots from everybody. This is brilliant. Absolutely, I definitely agree. Okay, let's see. Steven, when I tried the bot at PitchGround site, it wasn't very receptive, and I didn't make much sense when I asked it questions. Is it because it hasn't been trained that much or something, or am I expecting too much? It's because it has not been trained that much. Is it on? I didn't even know. Did they add it to our site yet? I know they were talking about doing it, but that was actually, if it's on there, we were talking about doing it. I just didn't know they did it. But essentially, they took Odus's bot from their website that's trained specifically for their website and put it on the Odus page. So that would be why, because it's more attuned to asking questions if you went to the Odus website. It's not really set up and trained for PitchGround questions like, hey, how many users can we use, you know, with this lifetime deal? How long is the lifetime deal going to be going? Those questions are not in there. Those questions.
We have one intent about it.
So yeah, it's
about LDB, about PitchGround.
Yeah, so that would be why. So it's interesting though. Let's see. Okay, in 5 coupons, white label agency, we can use unlimited bots for the personal use. Yes, so this has been a big question. So here's the thing, guys, and this is what I always say. Just use common sense, okay? I always try to live by the whole common sense rule, okay? For when you get the agency account, your own bots for yourself are unlimited, okay? If you have a client, if you're using this for commercial use for your clients, anybody else, make sure it's in the sub accounts, okay? It's not hard to find out if someone's using it for a client or not. It's really not, guys. So just use some common sense with this, but for yourselves, for your own bots, yes, it's 100% unlimited for that. But if you're going to add a client, if you're going to use it for a client, when there's money exchange, etc., when it's somebody else, use the sub account. Do not try to cheat on that. I know there's been a lot of questions on that. If that's what the sub accounts are for. I've heard a lot of people say, well, I shouldn't say a lot. I've seen maybe like 3 people, maybe 4, say like, oh, well, 25,000 isn't enough messages. Guys, that's a lot. That's just so massive. The average business will never go through that, realistically. And remember, on the 25,000 messages, it's not anything from Odus does not count. It's only from your lead or your contact, your user, however you want to say that. And the whole point is to make money with Odus. So the more messages that your user is using, that's great, because then you can charge them more and make money.
Sure, you get the revenue.
Yeah, it's so you use the account for what it's designed for. Your bots are completely separate, and keep those separate from your client accounts. Let's see. If same intent mentioned duplicately, I don't know if I'm saying that right. If it's duplicate in places, which answer does it deliver? If same intent mentioned, well, you want to make one intent and then have an answer for those one intent. Am I wrong in that?
Sorry?
So you only want one intent. You don't make a duplicate intent. You can't make it two.
Yeah,
am I wrong in that?
Sure, you can't.
Yeah, because it's gonna, you want to make one intent, and then you want to have an answer, all the answers for that intent, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Let's see here. Aaron, where's the free licenses? There. Hey guys, we'll do that after the webinar. I'm going to go through again. I'm going to grab everyone's names. I'm going to put them through a generator, and then we'll draw names on that. And whoever wins. I think that's pretty fair. So Simon, thank you so much, Anna, for this empowering session. Very cool.
Very cool, guys.
I'm trained to begin. Awesome.
Awesome.
And till when can the codes be redeemed? Okay, so great question. You've got 90 days. It's standard 90 days from the date of purchase. You have to go input the codes into the system. Don't wait, guys. As soon as you purchase, just go put the codes in. Don't wait, because time can go by fast. And again, this is something you want to start with. These guys are working really hard to get the videos, the tutorials out. This system is not something, it's not for, I guess for one, it's not for lazy people. It's really not, because it's not the bot. If you're having problems with like any sort of issues, it's generally human error, and it's just a matter of learning it, guys. It's taking a little bit of time, but what you're able to provide to your clients is completely different from what other agencies are able to provide. I'll give you an example, just even for our own AI platform. We don't really charge by messages, but I was thinking about the other day, and we charge $1,500 a month, so $1,500 a month, and essentially what we give them, it's 2,500 AI sends. So using AI technology, they're actually sending out, anything over 2,500 messages they're sending out. we charge extra for. So there's extremely good money here, guys, as far as to offer, for different sort of scenarios for clients. Take advantage of this. These guys this is amazing. We do not see this type of offer. Well, we've never seen this type of offer in the lifetime deal community before. So them having their own AI core, that's huge, guys. That's absolutely huge. Having that technology behind something that we're able to jump on board with. I'm very humbled and very excited at the same time, and very appreciative of Alexi and the team for allowing us this opportunity.
Yeah.
How many languages can the platform manage? Well, how many languages do you guys have right now? I know you guys are planning to pretty much add every single language you can, right?
Sorry, I answered on questions in chat. Repeat, please.
How many languages do you guys have right now?
I don't know, maybe 25, maybe 28.
Okay. And you guys are planning to add like a bunch more.
Look in the chat.
Okay.
28, yeah.
So hopefully that answers your questions. Let's see.
Yeah, 25 and plus 3 Chinese, right?
That's the power of community, PG, community driven. Absolutely, absolutely, guys. The community is amazing. How can we win the license? Just being here till the end, I'm taking everyone's names and I'm going to put them into a generator, and we're going to draw names from that automatically, so it's fair for everybody. Is there any plan to introduce a feature to transfer to a human? Well, you can already do that now. They have a live chat in there. So I'm not sure if that's answering your question or not, but the live chat feature, the human can take over on the live chat feature, and it's essentially training the bot at the same time.
Yeah. You can switch to operator into any answer block.
Yeah, so you can switch in there, and it's unlimited team members, guys. Super easy. If you want to add somebody to that one bot, you make them an admin, or there's actually 3 levels you can make them to give them access to that specific bot. Then it's going to give you a link. You give that to that person, they sign in, and that's it. So you can have as many assistants, as many admins you want for that one bot.
Yeah, admins, marketers, and operators.
I guess I think of AI when I ask something random like, what time is it? I expect it to tell me the time, not something like, let's talk later. Well, yeah, and a lot of people have that, but you have to think about it as far as, remember, like Siri, Google Assistant, they've already been taught to answer and how to answer and what type of questions. All we're doing is the same exact thing.
But if you want to get answer about the weather, your bot need to have integration with weather service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're so we're not building a weather bot or a time-telling bot. I mean, this is really, for your sales assistant, for your support system.
Sure.
But it's the same thing. It's got to be trained, that info. It just has to have the information going to it.
Absolutely right.
Is it possible to add support to? I apologize, Raghu. I'm gonna mess this up. Kannada language, South Indian language.
You can use Indian language, and it's work fine.
Yeah. And guys, if you don't see a language in there and you want to put in a request, remember you can go to what is it, Odus.ai, as well as just request it inside the group there, as well as inside your dashboard. They have if you go to the support section, you can send a message right from the dashboard as well. So any sort of suggestions, let them know.
Yeah. For AI, dialects are not important. You can use Indian, you can use Chinese language, Any dialects. Yeah, dialects. I don't know.
Do you mean the Odus bot has a randomizer? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Alexei. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. My apologies. Someone asked, do you mean Odus bot has a randomizer to choose the winner? Awesome. Odus does not have a randomizer to choose the winner. I'm going to put it in a random generator, all the names that have stuck on here for the webinar.
Yeah. But we can think about it. Why not?
Yeah, it can run
Great
contests.
Randomizer feature. It's not problem.
Can you have a video tutorial with very direct questions and answers for running businesses so it can migrate to Odus without any issue? AI can be built later as it takes time. As you're training your own assistant? Yeah, they're coming out with the short 5-minute, 7-minute videos here shortly for that specific reason, just to make it a lot easier learning experience for everybody. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Need roadmap.
We have roadmap, Odus.notes.io.
Can we mix languages? No, not bilingual. About the video tutorial, we cannot consult on every single case. Yeah, okay, so that's from you. Yeah, again, if you guys have questions, just create a video, and send it to them, or, put it in the group. It's literally the easiest way, or just ask, of course. Can it support Mandarin and Malay?
Malay, yes. Mandarin, no.
Not now. Not right now.
Yeah, not right now. Yeah.
When is Indonesian language available?
Sorry, what language?
Indonesian?
Available. Sure.
Is that available now or?
No. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right.
Guys, sign into platform, create a first bot, click on language, select, and check all language list. It's very easy.
Perfect. Did you hear that, Diana? All right, let's see. With one code, how many website domains can we use the bot, or how many WhatsApp numbers? So you can use as many on as many websites as you want. As far as WhatsApp numbers, I mean, again, it's one bot per WhatsApp number, and you have unlimited bots. So I mean, that's up to you. Most people I know only have one WhatsApp number, though. I mean, I guess you can get a business account through them. If, let's say, set another language was typed, can the bot detect the foreign language? No.
No.
For the form, where's the value store? There is no validity checking, right? No validity checking as of right now. So I think some people have added that to the upvoting. You can go to Odus.nolt.io, which is in the chat. I think it's been put in there a couple times, and you can add it for a suggestion if it's not there. Otherwise, upvote it.
Validating will be a little later, for sure.
Okay. So it is, okay, there you go. So it's on the way.
It's general function, yeah, but we don't have a lot of time right now.
If two questions are same but two different answers, which answer will it deliver? If two questions are the same but two different answers, which will it deliver? So I'm assuming you're saying if the human gives a similar answer to what's in there. Well, that's where the training comes in. And tell me if I'm wrong, Lexi. But
it's depend of your rules. If you add to one answer, tag time tag, and don't add any text to second answer. User get answer if his questions contained tag or not contained tag. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's only one way.
Can we install Odus on WordPress blog? Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
When I use form to get a client key in their contact, where can I check their contact? When I use a form to get client key in their contact, where can I check their contact?
I don't understand this question.
I'm not. Yeah, you're gonna have to repeat that, Jerry. I'm not sure on that one either.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I signed up for the $49. This is from Gordon. Sign up for the $49 and love it so much, I'm going to upgrade to the agency. Awesome, Gordon. Congrats.
Awesome.
Let's see. Okay. Yerrick, suggestion: allow to jump from one bot to another based on questions. That would be really hard to do. I don't even know if that'd be possible, honestly, because it's like a self-contained database, essentially. I mean, you should be able just to put it in you should be able just to put everything within the one bot, and just have different scenarios for each one for that. But I'd be interested to know what your idea is for that, so maybe we could better answer that for you. Your case use for that is.
Yeah, I see no reason to do so.
Does not understand spelling mistakes. If a person types hello instead of hello, what does the bot do? Well, this is where the NLU comes into play.
We understand right now. We understand similar words like hi and hello, or hi and hey.
He's talking about like misspellings, though.
Yeah. But mistakes. Right now, we can't fix mistake in Word, but we will do it very soon. Very soon. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like you didn't answer. If you teach the bot, it starts understanding mistakes. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's already working on our backend copy, but it's not working on production because we testing this function.
Jerry, when the key in the word, can it check the input value and just allow the number? Yeah, you can have one in. There's one specifically for numbers.
Yeah.
Hopefully that answered for you. Just saying hi, thank you. Let's see. Can you show one example for spelling mistakes? I think it's just instead of, I think any spelling mistake, but remember, you can go back into your history. If you go in your history section, you can train your bot for that. So remember, every single response you're getting from the visitors, your users, contacts, leads, it's all in there kept for you guys. So you just go back in there in your history, you find that conversation, you train that to the correct intent for the bot that you want that associated with, so the bot understands what that is essentially saying. As long as you understand what it's saying. Sometimes, depending on what they're misspelling, you might not even know yourself.
Yeah, and very soon we will add regular tags that will be automatically determined in intents. For example, time, name, city, something like that.
So I need to get a VA to train Odus continuously to be smarter and smarter. I mean, yeah, you could get in there and come up, just have them, input a bunch of question and answers. Honestly, the best way to do it is put it on your site or just send it out, depending on your campaign, and let the feedback come in, because this is stuff that people are going to ask in real life, in real time. And then just go in, and remember, guys, you have 150 trains for the entire month. So you could train it once a day and, your bot and be fine, more than fine. Not live operator, a bot trainer needed. New job opportunities for bot training certifications. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's new profession.
Let's see. And then there's Anna saying goodbye. What do you think of Trump? Like Tim says, what do you think of Trump? PitchGround bot, like you should be on a magazine cover. Let's see. After click the train, the bot button. Once updating status done. Okay, after click the train button, and once updating status is done, does it mean the bot's done learning and it will work correctly? What it means is, yes, the training's done. Once it's completed, then it's going to have the new information that you put into it. If it does not work correctly, what should I do? Train the bot again. Yeah. You want it. Well, first thing you want. No. Well, let's rephrase that. If it's not working correctly, you want to go back into your flow and figure out where the bottleneck is at. What's stopping it from working correctly, and you want to fix that. Then train it. So it's not the train itself. It's going to be, what's going into it. What flow do you have for it?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'm not sure if this has already been answered, but are we going to be able to start chatting live and interrupt the bot? Yeah, you can do that now. Absolutely, you can do that now. So at any point, you can actually take over a conversation, and as you're doing that, you can help train your bot at the same time.
Yeah.
I thought Chinese was added. It's going to be added in a couple days, so they're just now adding it. I think did Anna say 2 days or something like that? I don't think it's added right now. When is Chinese going to be added?
Right now.
Oh, it is in there now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but you said Mandarin not added yet. Mandarin, no, not yet. Mandarin's tough. From my understanding of it, I actually don't speak Mandarin, so I can't honestly say, but I've heard that's like one of the toughest out there. Okay, so here we go. So Yerrick, so this is his case use. So about switching from one bot to another. In order to avoid creating same answers, would be nice to allow jump from one bot to another if answer wasn't found in the primary bot. You just want to put the answer in the primary bot.
Sure.
So yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to jump between bots. So you just want to make sure that you're adding, everything into the one bot. But you just add it in there, and it will still, work just fine with that bot. Is mobile app for agents still on the roadmap? So I think it's up on there. They are looking at it. Yeah, so it's on the roadmap. So you heard it from the man himself, the king of Odus. So will you answer questions on Q&A questions, or just questions sent through chat? So I can open that up as well. I'm trying to get through them, guys. So let me get through here real fast. All right, so good question. So I will do that right now, Kenyon. Is there a way that if I had salespeople message Odus with their daily sales numbers? Okay, is there a way that if I had salespeople message Odus with their daily sales numbers, it can take that info, export it to an Excel file? Such as Brandon has 500 sales. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, how I would do it, if I was going to do that, I would just make a landing page for my sales reps, and it would just say, okay, what's your name, what's your email, and what's your sales for the day. However you want to set it up. But absolutely, if you didn't catch our pizza bot webinar, the recording is in the group as well. If you just scroll down. But it's the same concept. So they're just ordering a pizza, and the information was going over to an Excel file. So great question.
Yeah.
Is cloning on the way?
On the way, yes.
So I know a lot of people are excited for that. So let me jump over here.
Yeah, we do this after we finished implementing all function, all general function. We create cloning. Yeah, but yeah, it's on the way.
Perfect. All right. So quick question: can every code after 5 count as a sub account? No, unfortunately not. No, we tried, guys. We did a lot of negotiation, months of negotiation, wasn't it, Alexi?
Yeah, it's too much.
He put the hammer down. He said no. So sorry, guys. We tried our absolute best for y'all. How many intentions can we make? How many intents can we make? So
it's up to you.
Make as many as you can think of, guys. Great question.
Create bots with 1,000 intents, and I don't know, and we turn on for you 1 year subscription, business subscription. Create good, try to create a very good use case with your bot, and send its use case to us.
There you go, guys.
And yeah, and we'll discuss about your gift.
So
okay.
There you go. So how many languages can the platform manage? So quite a few. I think they're at, what did we say, 22 just a minute ago? Right now, yeah. 25, more on the way, guys. If you have a specific one that you want moved up on the list that you want to request, certainly ask for it. If you need. So you guys are early adopters. So you guys are kind of at the forefront of helping shape and mold Odus's future in a lot of ways. So they're really dependent on getting that feedback from us as a community to help them out. So again, super excited to be a part of that. If a quiz analysis is built, how can it have a once only access? I see what you're saying. Did you understand that, Alexi?
Sorry?
So they want to build, well, I mean, really, so they're talking about if they could build a quiz, like a survey or quiz or something like that, but only have someone access it one time. So they can't access it again. I mean, that's kind of tough anyways.
You can create quiz, like quiz into your bot. Why not?
I mean, you could set it up on your forum and then get your email address. You just separate it by email address. But even regular forms, it's really hard to do that because someone can go in incognito, use a different email address, etc. But
yeah, sure.
But you can create it to where it's going to be dependent on their email address, I guess, to start, or the info that you're getting back at least.
Yeah.
Does Odus support quick replies with pre-filled answers or pre-filled user email and phones? Does Odus support quick replies with pre-filled user emails and phones?
Right now, no.
Also, is there a basic user details like first name, profile picture, gender available as variables? that we can use in the text responses? First names, yes. Profile pictures. I guess I don't understand that one, how that would be done.
From Messenger?
Oh, from the messenger? I see what you're saying.
Right now? No, right now, no. Not yet.
Can Odus process received images and voice messages?
Images, yes, right now. Voice messages will add later. With SpeechKit from Google and Alexa.
Yeah, could you touch on that a little bit as far as I know we've spoken about it, and I was pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Or do you want just a hint? I know you don't want to give away the whole everything about it, but kind of a short hint of what they can expect with the voice features.
It's a question for me?
Yeah. Could you give a short, just kind of give a short idea what they'll be able to do, or whatever example of the voice features coming up, the voice messaging?
Oh, for example, you can send your voice message to bot, and bot can answer to you using voice message too. You can speak with your bot.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, is there a public API and or support for outgoing webhooks, API calls? If yes, do we have documentation, please? So API is
working on it right now.
So they're working on it. API is by request. It's more on the enterprise level for a regular API. But yeah, they're working on the webhooks. They've got Zapier in there now. They're working on the documentation. They're adding the free webhooks as well for everybody as well. Is there an SMS channel available for Odus?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Does Odus White Label have custom domain for dashboard? Yeah. Live chat operators and outgoing emails. Yeah, everything is going to be white labeled for you. It's a complete dashboard, complete white label dashboard. The clients will have their own access to it. It's completely white labeled. Yeah. And that should be done within a couple weeks. They were thinking. Can Odus identify received language automatically and create native multilingual bots? The answer to that is no. Some people was saying that it's not legal to use the personal WhatsApp account to connect for business and bots. We need the business account, or our account with WhatsApp could be banned. Is this true? Do you know the terms of service for WhatsApp?
Sorry?
So they're saying if they use their personal account that they could get banned. I think it really just, I don't use WhatsApp, so you'd have to check the terms of service on that.
Personal account. We not recommend use your personal account. That's all. You can, but we not recommend.
So you have no endorsement from Odus whatsoever if you use your personal account. My suggestion is, if you were going to use your personal account, at that point, what you would want to do is not spam people, not make it spammy. Just send out a notification whenever. But you're way better off, no matter what you're doing. If you're going to use something for business, use a business account. I mean, that's for anything, honestly. Because anytime that you're using something for business, you're not using a business account that they set specifically aside from that, whether it's Skype or anything else. You take the chance of that account, losing that account.
Yes, absolutely right.
Can we send form submissions to third-party API endpoints, and does API support nested arrayed JSON? JSON?
Later.
Later, on the way.
Later. Yeah.
Can Odus import intents from existing websites, fact pages? No. No, it would have to be done manually. I think that's more of a scraping thing, I would assume. Or there'd have to be some sort of connection there, but it's not, there's no scraping function in there, if that's, hopefully that answered.
Yeah.
What does WhatsApp integration support unlimited replies to same message thread? Does WhatsApp integration support unlimited replies to same message thread? So anytime that your user, I think they're just talking about the message. Basically, anytime that a human responds to you, answers you, takes action, you know, your lead, your contact on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on your website, anywhere, it's going to be, that's going to count as a message. Doesn't matter if it's in the same thread. So anytime, you know, your lead or contact takes an action, okay, in the conversation, that counts as a message.
Absolutely.
How many people are working on Odus team? So 8? Is that right?
People, yeah. Eight, yeah.
8 amazing people. I'm not even sure they're human guys. These guys are crazy hard workers.
Yeah.
Does Cannon, you've got a lot of questions, buddy. I'm gonna go over here. I'll come back to your questions, Cannon. Let me answer some other people's questions real fast. But you've got a lot of amazing questions. Let me see here. Okay, why 2 builders needed in one account? What is the use of it? Why 2 builders? Well, one bot has one builder, so you can create multiple bots in one account. So you've got the account, then you've got the separate bots in the account, if that makes sense. And then each bot has a builder. So,
yeah, and each model or plugin can have a builder too. It's for your comfort only. You can create in one model stories about one them or about, for example, about your product, and in second model you can create stories about, for example, about your delivery, about your contacts, something like that. It's for your comfort.
Steven, need to go. Newborn boy has doctor's appointment. Congrats, man. Congrats, Steven. Your name will definitely still be entered. We'll get your name in there. If you're not in there or you're watching this again, if you've already gone. Will a capital letter affect the answer?
No.
Okay, Lexi, I tested it. When I type in exact word, it shows me correct answer. Else it show me answer I don't.
Yeah, I already I already answered on this question.
Can same bot, which is live on website or landing bot, can be used on WhatsApp at same time? You can only.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm trying to think the way it's set up. Yeah, but you can only connect. Can't you only connect one social media? No. You can only connect. Yeah, you can use it on multiple channels, but you can only connect one specific social media account to that one bot. But you can still use that same bot on like Facebook, WhatsApp, and all those if you want, right? If you go in your settings, that's where it's at. So yeah, you can connect it to WhatsApp and your widget and your landing page. Cannon, back to you. Can we import intents from Excel CSV files? No, I don't. Alexi?
What's the question?
Can they import intents from a CSV file?
Right now, no. You can't.
And will there be a Facebook comments tool similar to ManyChat and ChatFuel?
In our roadmap already.
It's coming. I know that was a really big one that was asked for, guys. So it's definitely on the roadmap for everybody. All right, so I think we've managed to get through all the questions for everybody. Again, today is the absolute last day to get Odus like their agency plan. Once it's gone, once the unlimited plan is gone, it's gone, guys. They've actually sold more the agency plans than they wanted to, so they're more than happy with the amount of agencies, partners that they've got on board. So if you're on the fence about the unlimited, I would definitely suggest pick it up today. Remember, you've got a 60-day refund period. It's all automated in our new dashboard. So that's it. Otherwise, I don't see any questions in here. I think we're good. All right. So that's it. Thank you guys again for another exciting Q&A with the world famous Alexi from Odus. Oh, and I wanted to ask real fast as far as, because a lot of people don't know, but you're an official partner of Microsoft now.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah.
For those that don't know, Odus was accepted as a qualified partner in their Microsoft's startup program.
Yeah.
So that's huge, guys. So that's absolutely huge. So you guys, so this is the type of technology that's being brought to you from Odus.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. We really appreciate joining us today. And if you have any other questions or anything, please let us know in the group. Again, today is the last day. It's the final day to pick up Odus.ai as well as Salesly.ai. So make sure you go to PitchGround.com and get on top of these before they're gone forever.
Yeah, thank you for your attention, guys and girls. I hope our platform will be useful for you and you can create your best chatbots ever.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye.